Hello Dub Nation, it's always a thrill to connect with you, especially as we're about to reveal the latest news that could shape the fate of our beloved Golden State Warriors. But before we dive into this whirlwind of information, let me make a friendly request. Show us some love by clicking the like button to strengthen our bond, and hey, if you are not subscribed yet, join our channel for a thrilling and emotional journey. Don't forget to turn on notifications to stay ahead of the game. Latest Lauri Markkanen report suggests the Warriors face a tough decision. The Golden State Warriors' pursuit of Utah Jazz forward Lauri Markkanen continues, with the August 6 deadline for a possible contract extension looming large in the minds of many around the league. The Markkanen situation has been developing for over 2 weeks after the Warriors initially missed out on 9-time All-Star Paul George before free agency. Although the scenario involves several layers, it might boil down to a simple yet agonizing choice for Golden State. Recent report indicates Golden State Warriors might have to choose between Lauri Markkanen or keeping Brandin Podziemski. According to NBA insider Mark Stein, the potential acquisition of Markkanen remains alive due to Utah's significant interest in the Warriors' young guard and all-rookie first-team member, Brandin Podziemski. There is a belief in some league circles that Utah's interest in Golden State's Brandin Podziemski, combined with the future draft compensation the Warriors could include for the all-rookie first-team selection, is serious enough to keep the prospect of a Markkanen trade alive between now and August 6. Mark Stein. Stein also reported that Golden State might be more inclined to trade Jonathan Kuminga over Podziemski, a sentiment that has grown stronger in recent days due to the contractual differences between the two. As Shams Charania of The Athletic reported earlier this week, Stein reiterated that the Warriors' current offer includes the 2021 lottery pick Moses Moody and future draft picks. Any deal involving Podziemski and/or Moody would require additional salary, likely in the form of veterans Gary Payton II and/or Kevin Looney. Golden State is in no rush, with the potential impasse still 2 weeks away from the August 6 deadline. It seems the franchise could secure the 2023 All-Star, but only if they are willing to part with Podziemski in the process, simplifying the decision but complicating the execution. While this decision might appear straightforward, it remains complex. Warriors majority owner Joe Lacob recently labeled Podziemski as a future All-Star, with the 3 remaining years on the 21-year-old's rookie contract being a crucial factor. Markkanen's $18 million salary for the next season makes the trade financially feasible, but he could be in line for a 5-year, $269 million max extension, according to GSWCBA. Combine this with a likely extension exceeding $140 million for Kuminga, along with the hefty multi-year contracts currently held by Stephen Curry, Andrew Wiggins, and Draymond Green, and it becomes clear why the Warriors might prefer to retain Podziemski for reasons beyond just on-court performance. Analyst makes bold prediction about Warriors' chances and criticizes another crazy forecast. While the Golden State Warriors have yet to make the blockbuster trade they've been seeking, there's an argument to be made that their roster is in a better position now than it was before the offseason began. The departure of Klay Thompson carries emotional weight beyond his on-court production, but the losses of Thompson, Chris Paul, and Dario Saric can be offset by the valuable additions of DeAnthony Melton, Kyle Anderson, and Buddy Hield. ESPN analyst confident in Warriors' potential, calls another prediction crazy. Given the numerous offseason changes and the potential for a Lauri Markkanen trade in the coming weeks, the Golden State Warriors are a hot topic of debate. The highly competitive Western Conference adds another layer of complexity, with many predicting the Warriors could finish anywhere between 6th and 12th in the standings next season. However, ESPN's Tim Bontemps is more optimistic about the Warriors' prospects than most. On a recent episode of the Hoop Collective podcast, Bontemps criticized ESPN bet's win-over underline for the Warriors, set at 42.5. I would bet any amount of money on that. They won 46 games last year. I think they clearly got better this summer. I would say possibly significantly better. I think they'll have a better record than last year, and they won 46 last year. I am very confident in the Warriors. I think that's crazy. Tim Bontemps. Bontemps' comments follow another appearance on the Hoop Collective earlier in the week, where he labeled the Warriors as off-season winners and declared, "There's a real chance they are one of the top 4 teams in the West." This bold statement comes as many see Thompson's exit as a sign of the end of the Golden State dynasty. However, even the staunchest critics would find it hard to argue against the 42.5 line being incredibly low. The Warriors' roster is arguably better than last season when they finished 46-36, with Draymond Green's suspension spoiling what could have been a 50-win team. The biggest issue facing the Warriors is the lack of a second star alongside Stephen Curry, but this could be resolved by a Markkanen trade, which might instantly boost their over/under win line by 4 or 5 games. One critical issue with the Warriors' current roster no one is discussing. The Golden State Warriors' troubles don't end with the loss of Klay Thompson. While they are still exploring a blockbuster trade, the Warriors are hesitant to part with Brandin Podziemski, but that might be the cost to secure another All-Star. The question is, how close do the Dubs believe they are to contending, and can they agree on the right package for Lauri Markkanen or another star? Despite losing Klay Thompson this summer, the Warriors bounced back by adding DeAnthony Melton, Kyle Anderson, and Buddy Hield. This reshaped roster boasts depth and talent, but is it enough to compete in the loaded Western Conference? There's one glaring flaw in the Warriors roster that could be their downfall in the 2024-25 season, and no one seems to be talking about it. Warriors lack a true backup point guard behind Stephen Curry. The Warriors didn't just lose Klay Thompson this summer, Chris Paul also became a free agent and signed with the San Antonio Spurs, and Corey Joseph departed for the Magic, leaving a significant void in their lineup. This season, the Dubs will rely heavily on out-of-position production. Draymond Green is their top returning player in assists per game, but he has played more than 70 games just once since 2018. Stephen Curry will be their primary point guard, but the 36-year-old can't be expected to play every night. Beyond the Warriors' legends, the team will depend on Podziemski, DeAnthony Melton, and Kyle Anderson to make plays. None of them are at their best as primary playmakers. Podziemski will likely serve as the backup point guard, but he's expected to average around 4.5 assists per game. If Curry is forced to miss significant time, the Warriors face a huge problem. With Melton or Anderson running the second unit, the Warriors could struggle to win games. They desperately need another option, but they are just $533,659 below the first tax apron according to Spotrac. This financial limitation means they would need to make a trade to acquire a backup point guard. Curry is no stranger to carrying a heavy load for the Warriors. He played 74 games last season, the first time he surpassed 70 games since 2017. In the games Curry misses, the Dubs will struggle to find enough ball control and playmaking. The Warriors must hope that his absences are limited. The Dubs aim to compete with the NBA's best as Stephen Curry enters his twilight years. Can they do it with their current roster? It has a significant flaw, but the Warriors have overcome greater odds before. Stay tuned to see how it all unfolds.